Please follow these safety guidelines. Always follow proper safety procedures to avoid personal injury while performing vehicle maintenance. Perform this installation only when your car is off. Always wear safety glasses and gloves to avoid skin contact with engine oil. And always follow local laws and regulations for the safe disposal of used oil and filters. How to install Fram oil filters. Difficulty level 2. Time to complete 40 minutes. To complete this installation, you'll need a Fram oil filter, engine oil, an oil catch pan, a funnel, a wrench, and a clean dry cloth or rag. Start by locating the oil drain plug. It's typically located directly underneath the engine at one end of the oil pan. Position the oil catch pan under the oil drain plug and begin loosening it using a wrench. Finish loosening the plug by hand and remove it. Be careful to avoid contact with the warm engine oil. Allow the oil to completely drain from the oil pan, occasionally repositioning the catch pan as the stream begins to slow. Once all of the oil has been drained, clean the tip of the oil drain plug using a clean dry cloth. Remove any debris that can immediately contaminate the new oil. Clean the surface around the oil pan opening and replace the drain plug. Do not over-tighten it to avoid stripping the threads in the oil pan. Next, locate the oil filter. Start to loosen the old oil filter without damaging it. Allow the oil to drain around the oil filter and then carefully remove the old filter by hand. Remember, there's still more oil inside the filter. Drain this oil from the filter. Check to make sure the old gasket came off with it and that it's not stuck to the mounting base. If it is, remove it now. Compare the old filter to the new one to make sure you have the correct replacement filter. The new filter should have the same size gasket and thread as the old one. Also, check if the old filter is bulged from being overly pressurized. If it is, your lubrication system should be checked by a qualified mechanic immediately. Before installing a new Fram oil filter, apply a small amount of clean oil to the gasket. This will help the gasket to seal. Using a clean dry cloth, clean the mounting base and carefully inspect it for any cracking, thread wear, or damage. Install the new filter by hand, tightening it until it's snug. Then turn it an additional 3/4 to 1 full turn to seal it. Fram oil filters are equipped with Sure Grip, eliminating the need for a filter wrench. Reference your vehicle's service manual to find its oil capacity. Now locate the oil filler cap and remove it. The cap will be clearly marked by an oil can symbol or by the words engine oil. Insert a funnel to avoid spilling or damaging other engine components and slowly pour in the new oil. Do not exceed the vehicle's recommended oil capacity. Check the oil dipstick periodically to keep an eye on your progress. To get an accurate reading, remove the dipstick and wipe it clean. Then reinsert the dipstick, let it sit, and then remove it again. The oil level should never exceed the full line. Too much engine oil is as bad for an engine as having too little. Once full, replace the filler cap. Start the engine, let it run for roughly 1 minute, and visually inspect for leaks. Shut off the engine and check the dipstick again. Then add oil if necessary. Put the used oil into sealed containers. Clearly label them as used oil. Do not use old beverage containers or other common household jars or jugs to avoid any accidents. Dispose of the used oil properly. Special reclamation centers are set up in many areas for collection, so be sure to check your local laws and regulations for proper disposal. In the meantime, store the containers in a secure location away from any children or pets. The Fram team recommends changing your oil and filter every 3,000 miles under regular driving conditions to maintain optimum engine maintenance and performance.